Hey guys, I'm Orly Shani. Welcome to the DIY Designer. If you're new to the channel, then you know this is not the type of video that I normally do. Usually I do DIY, fashion and home decor, so if that's your thing, check out all the other videos, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you. Now, for those of you that do know me, you know that I have two kids. I put them on my Instagram stories all the time. They're a part of these videos every once in a while. My son Connor is 5 and my daughter Blake is gonna be 3 next month. And this video is really me kind of calling on all of you as a community for some much needed advice. So this is the deal. My son Connor, when he was like 3 or 4, used to have these really bad temper tantrums, and he's really outgrown them in kind of an amazing way. The last year has been amazing. He's sort of grown up a lot. He's gotten more in control of his emotions. He understands, like, we can have these big conversations about, you know, why you don't speak to people like that, why you don't act like that, and it's been really amazing. It's been a really fun age. We were in New York last week for about 8 days, staying with our family, with my husband's family. And so halfway through the trip, he started having a couple of tantrums. He had 2 really bad ones, and they're really bad. They're like exorcism style. Like, he gets down on the floor and he's like, won't make eye contact, and he's like, ah, he's like crawling and grabbing at things and writhing and screaming and saying really mean things, and trying to like destroy everything in his path. It's really bad, and it's super embarrassing when it happens in front of other people because, I don't know, it just is. Anyone who has kids knows it just sucks. It's super embarrassing. So anyway, we kind of just chalked it up to, like, we had a long day at the beach. It's day 6 of this trip. He's overwhelmed. He's gotten like, he's been able to do every single thing that he wants to do. And now we told him no, and he's like flipping out. Whatever, we chalked it up to nothing. But we've been home now for about 4 days or so, and he has had one gnarly meltdown basically every single day. And I know that might not seem like a lot, but from a kid who hasn't been having them for a really long time, to have this many in the span of a week has been brutal. And this is really what I'm asking. This is the advice that I'm asking for. So just thinking about it makes me want to cry. So frustrating. So when I was a kid, my parents were super strict. Like, there was no talking back, there was no attitude, there was no, like, they were tough on us. And I'm sure when we were little kids, we had tantrums, but for my dad, it was like, you know, one little smack on the bottom early on, and then after that, it was really just a look. He would give us a look, and we like knew he meant business, and that was it. And we were really well-behaved kids, and they could take us anywhere, and we listened to what they said, and I had tremendous respect for my parents, and I liked the way that they parented us. And so for me, I thought, you know, maybe minus the smacking on the bottom, but the intense respecting your parents, the discipline, all of that my husband and I were sort of on the same page with that. So when Connor has these crazy meltdowns, I don't really want to make it okay. Like, I don't want to, you know, everything I read says, like, you want to stay with them in the room, you want to tell them, like, I understand how you're feeling, and I know that you're upset, and it's okay, and, you know, you try to hold them. Sometimes it says, like, restrain them, like, hold their arms and their legs so they can't move, and all this stuff. Like, you really just want to be there to say that you hear them and you understand them. When he gets like that, I want to do the opposite. I want to be like, you can't talk to me like that. You can't act like that. You can't break the things in your room. We bought those things for you because we love you, and you're destroying them, so you must not appreciate them. I'm taking those things away from you. You don't get to have these things back. You're not allowed to be around us when you're like that. We treat each other with respect in this house. Like, if you can't be nice, then you can't be with us. And that's the way that I want it to act. But he gets more and more enraged, and it does not stop. And then eventually there's a moment where he breaks down and he starts crying and he says, I'm sorry. And it's like, at that moment, I don't want to say it's okay. Like, I want to say, no, you can't do that. You can't act like that. You can't talk to me like that. You can't hit your sister just because you're mad. Like, no, you can't do that. But what I'm afraid of is that I'm like, because like, I'm making it worse because, like, maybe I don't understand where he is developmentally. Like, maybe at 5, you're not capable of hearing that. You're not capable of that. But I feel like this is, you start it from day 1. You teach them how to act from day 1. And so if I make it like it's okay for him to act like that and to flip out and I'm still gonna be sweet and loving with him, then it's like he's just gonna keep doing it because he knows there's no consequences. And even if I take away a toy or I do something, it's like we took away a toy and then the next day he acted fine all day, and so he wanted the toy back, and when I told him, no, you were bad, you're not getting that toy back for a little while, he had another one. And he was in the car, I'm trying to take him to school, and he's sitting, unplugged his booster seat and started coming forward in the car while I was driving, and I lost my temper so bad, and I started screaming at him, and I like reached back and shoved him into the seat. And I get so mad when I lose my temper with him, but it's like being calm doesn't do it. Ignoring him makes him enraged. He just repeats the same thing over and over and over again until I like go crazy. Nothing that I do seems to help until it's like he's worked it through his system and he's okay. And then at that point, it's like, well, now I'm not okay. Like, I know that there's no handbook on this and there's no right way of doing anything and every kid is different, but like, it makes me feel like such a failure when I can't calm him down or when I lose my temper, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know. What I'm hoping for is that you guys might have some advice. Maybe you've been through this. Maybe you've got kids the same age. Maybe your kids are older now and you've gotten through it. Or maybe even just like you were like that as a kid and you remember what your parents did to discipline you or to help you through it and you liked it and you can share from that perspective. But this is just like an open forum. I want any and all advice is welcome. Links to other videos or books or articles or blogs or just anything. I'm so frustrated and I just need some advice. Please and thank you. I'll be back with another DIY next week. I just could not make it happen this week. All right. Thanks. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.